Lionel Nelson here, and welcome to A Father's Note, promoting fathers through building men. It's so important that we always stand up for our fathers. We want you to know we're with you. We're standing behind you 110%. Hello, beautiful people, and we welcome you to A Father's Note, where we promote fathers through building men. As I am your host, Lionel Nelson, and as always, we're certainly glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule to see and spend the evening with us. Okay, so tonight we have a great treat for you, of course, but we did add a little sauce. All right, I wanted to take a little time on my show tonight. Yes, we're going to get to the main course meal of the topic tonight, which is, why are men afraid to commit? Okay, why are they afraid of commitment? But before we get to that, I first of all want to ask you to do this here. Listen, I have, there's a book here I want to acknowledge. And this is a book, okay, where did it go? All right, I guess it didn't show. Let me do this again. There's a book here. Okay, it won't load. Well, you all have seen the book. I don't know what's happening here. But anyway, you all have seen the book. And it's a book entitled Diary of a Virtuous Woman. It's a book that was written by my mother. And it's about, the subtitle is How to Live with Infidelity and Win Doing It God's Way. It's a great book. If you want to get a copy of it, just DM me and I would definitely see to it that you get a copy of it. But yeah, let's get on into the show because we got a lot for you tonight. I had wanted to take the time out from our main topic tonight, and I wanted to introduce a ministry of young people, young individuals. The title of their ministry is Youth for Christ 305 Plus. Okay, now I'm curious about where this plus come from and what does it actually mean? But I'm sure they're going to tell me. But I want to take the time real quick here right now, and I want to introduce to the Father's Note audience, Michaela, Aisha, and Staff, if I'm pronouncing that right, Staff Jean, okay? And so again, we welcome Youth for Christ. This is what I got for you all. Yeah. Hey, this is awesome. This is awesome. So tell us real quick, okay? I got some highlights here about your ministry, but I'd rather hear it from you all. First of all, how did Youth for Christ 305 Plus come about? What started that?
All right, me? All right. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Aisha. I'm the founder of Youth for Christ 305 Plus. People call me AK, checking in like payday, AK. All right. So let me just start with my background. I am a gospel rapper originally, right? Okay. So I would make gospel rap music. And one day I went to a church to minister to rap, do what I normally do. And it was an end of year service. And the minister really convicted me. And I said, you know what? Next year, this was in 2019. I said, 2020, I got to start taking my relationship with God more seriously. And I knew the people around me were not going where I was going to go. You know what I'm saying? And the same way how the Bible says bad company corrupts good character. It's like I had to surround myself with people so I could grow into who God has called me to be. So I didn't start Youth for Christ off as an intent to be the leader of a ministry. I just wanted some teenage Christian friends so I could grow. This was prior to the pandemic. So I started it off as like an Instagram page type of thing. And I would do a weekly podcast through my church, through Wise Talk Radio. And once the audience started developing during the pandemic, it ended up turning into ministry and we moved on from there.
Okay. That's real cool, man. I'm sorry. I got some other things on my mind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's real cool. All right. Yeah, your father did attempt to send me the video, but it didn't come through. So anyway, I guess you're safe right now, Michaela. Talk to us. How did you end up connecting with Youth for Christ, Michaela?
Like she said, prior to the pandemic, it was during my sophomore year, the ending of sophomore year, before we was about to go into spring break. They basically, after spring break, they was like no more school, so they shut us down and stuff. So that's when I decided to, start my relationship with God. It started out of fear because I didn't want to go to hell. I didn't want to be left behind. Then it turned into love. And
Okay.
then I joined one of her podcasts that she was talking about through Wise Talk Radio.
Right.
And she mentioned the group YFC. And I'm like, okay, you know what? It sounds interesting. And this was back in like April of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I joined. And ever since then, we just been an organization.
Awesome. So I'm coming to you, right, Mr. Steph?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how did you get connected with Youth for Christ?
Well,
excuse me, 305 plus. Let me make sure.
Can't forget the plus. So, well, as you said, my name is Staff Hurley Jean Gills. That they just gave you the short version
Okay.
of my name.
Yeah.
But originally, I was born in Haiti, and when I first came here, I went to a school called Benjamin Franklin, where I met AK. She was like literally the first person I met, and years later, like she was always my friend. Like we was always cool. Until she left the school bus, so we ain't talk like that no more. But at the end of the day, that was still family.
Gotcha.
So I believe one day I came on was it a podcast? I think I was at the church with her, and after that we went to get something to eat. And she was like, she basically set me up, and she was like, "How would you like to send a devotional in the group chat?" I'm like, "All right, I don't mind." So I sent it, and then from there on, I've been in.
Okay, cool. So how has it now? Let me say this real quick. I know I have some viewers. I'm sure you're chiming in to get in to hear the conversation about why men don't talk. Please just be patient. We're going to get to that. But I had a commitment to this ministry, and I wanted to keep my commitment. Nevertheless, if we don't support our youth, especially those who have a heart and a desire for Christ, then who is going to support them? And I think as parents, especially us as parents, and those of us as parents who have children, we ought to want to support our children, especially if they have a heart and a passion to pursue God. So just bear with us, maybe just another 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to get right into the main course here. But listen, how has the ministry impacted? First of all, how many are in your group, in your ministry right now? How many young people? And give me the age range if you can.
Okay, well, we connect via Telegram, and right now we have about 113 members that are currently in our Telegram chat. Now that doesn't reflect the amount of youth we have reached, because before we were on Telegram, we were on WhatsApp, and we had over 200 and something members on there, and that's not including our high school reach and our podcast reach. So we've impacted a couple hundred youth over the course of the past 2 years. And the age ranges, I want to say we're looking at 12 to even up to 19, 20, right? Yeah.
So you saying you have a podcast?
Yes.
What's the podcast?
The podcast is it's called the Youth for Christ podcast through Wise Talk Radio, which is a production of the church I attend.
Hold on. I want to put it up. The youth. Right. What is the Youth for Christ
podcast? Yeah.
Okay.
And it's done through Wise Talk Radio, which is an internet radio station produced by my church, New Alpha Worship Center. Shout out to our leaders, Apostle Aaron, Pastor Angela Williams. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I through the podcast is where a lot of people really come into contact with what we do. But in terms of impact, what we've done, it's rooted on really 3 things. First things first is word. Educate is the first part of our vision statement. We want to get the gospel out, so we don't just do the weekly podcast. We do monthly Bible studies, and over the pandemic, I think we were doing daily Bible studies on Zoom, having up to 50 kids join at a time. And that's why we have the plus in there. I knew you was going to ask us why the plus. Okay. Miami-based, but global reach. I'm going to say that one more time. Miami-based, but global reach. We've had people from London speak on our Bible studies, shared with people in Jamaica. Even I've had a couple of speaking engagements in Trinidad, from primary schools to churches in Trinidad. So number one, we educate. We get the gospel out there. We evangelize, which is the biggest thing. Our ministry is rooted in evangelism, building up churches, not just building up my church, but building up churches all across Miami-Dade. Once we win souls, we want to get them planted into different churches. So that's another big thing we do. And then cultivating. And this is the key to it all. Over the pandemic, we had a lot of young believers coming who didn't know a thing, like didn't know anything in terms of Christianity. But I'm not the only one teaching the Bible studies. People like him who got set up. Hey, you're teaching the Bible study. Hey, you're teaching the Bible study. They get enough practice to the point where it becomes a part of who they are. So many youth came in not knowing anything, growing into these, teachers of the word and preachers and praying people. And that's how we got our remnant to go out into different high schools, such as our dominant high school, Turner Tech. Also, we've had some work done in Michael Crop in Miami Central, where they've hosted prayer circles that kind of repeats the cycle. What started with one is happening in different places. Evangelism, education, and cultivation of the next generation of believers.
Listen, that is outstanding. Now I have a question though, because see, this show here, we are heavily into supporting men. And my question to you, Mr. Steph, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Okay. How many brothers, man, rocking with you, bro? How many brothers with you, man? Just give me an estimated number. I hope the brothers outnumber the ladies now. You gotta work harder, man. You gotta work harder.
I can say we have about 40 to 50.
Yeah.
40 to 50 males.
Wow, that's good, man. Listen, when is your next event? When is your next event?
We have a huge prayer circle going on at school.
Okay.
On Thursday, because it's National Prayer Day.
Right.
And we're gonna do it in Turner Hall. But the next event as Youth for Christ we're trying to get is what, the Well?
Yeah, well, see, perfect. I could throw this in here for anybody listening. If we have any leaders, pastors, ministers, the prayer circles we do in high schools, we want to take them to the community. And when you hear this, it's really a win-win for anybody who's a pastor or leader. We want to help build with you guys. If you guys have evangelism tracks sitting down somewhere and you've been prodding your evangelism team, hey, come pass out these tracks. Us youth, we have about at least 20 youth on standby right now who want to come with you in your community, hand out your evangelism tracks, pray for people in your community. We want to take the church to the streets, and we're calling this the Well. Jesus said in John chapter 4, he said, I must needs go through Samaria. He was on his way to Galilee, but he had to take a pit stop. In the same way, we might be like some people from the Good Samaritan story, the priest or the Levite. We're trying to get to our destination, but we have to make a stop for that one person who ran into some robbers. So we're looking for pastors and leaders to collaborate with all over Miami-Dade County and Broward County. And that's our working next event. The minute we get the connections, we're going to release our dates and addresses, but that's our next thing in the work. So we're waiting for the Spirit of the Lord to make the connections for us.
I have one more question for you, and I have about a minute and a half more to give to you. What do you all do as far as supporting financially your ministry? Because listen, every ministry needs some finance. So what is your strategy for accumulating finances for your ministry to support you financially?
Well, we always at all our Bible studies and everything we have, we give our giving information, right? Hoping folks would donate. And then honestly, we've been moving by faith out here. Yeah. Really, when it comes to I wouldn't say necessarily a strategy, but the Lord has been really faithful in sending the right person at the right time, that right raven to give it to us in the time of need.
Right.
I often say that we have like a strong adult support team behind us who's willing to sow into us as well. And they help us to, do what we do. So we've been covered pretty well.
Let me one more question. I said that before, but okay, this is the last question. Does your father support you all in what you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
You as well? So your parents are Christians?
Yes.
Yeah. All of us. Yeah. At least the three of us right here. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, but listen, I thank you so much for taking the time to come on to this show for us. I want to have you guys back and give you more time give you more platform to really dig in to what you are doing. I think it's outstanding. And I just want to give you a real quick applause. Yeah, that's awesome. And and I'm happy and I'm definitely proud that to know, you know what, any young person that you can reach, man, that's a crown, that's a star in your crown. Because we're saving our young people, and especially when we see how the enemy is really going after our youth today. So it's good to know that all of them are not shooting up each other, they're not strung out, and the things and the challenges in which that young people go through. That's a great. But hey, again, thank you all. I thank you, Michaela, for coming on, setting this up so that I can have you onto our show. Thank you again, Miss AK. It ain't 47, right?
Nah. This time we're towing the 66 books,
Whoa, 66. All right, that's dope. Yeah, all right. Hey, appreciate you coming on, Steph. Hey, again, hey, everybody, please go and support these young people. When you get a chance, put your information in the chat so that the guests, those who are watching the viewing, they can get in contact with you. Maybe they want to extend a donation to you. We're going to definitely do what we can to support you all in your endeavor. I think it's outstanding. And again, it was good meeting you all. Hey, much love. Thank you again. God bless. Yeah. All right. I thought that was great. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's get into the main course. That was a good appetizer for me. So let's see how we're going to handle this main course. Hey, Mr. Gibbs, are you ready, sir?
I'm ready, sir. How are you?
Man, great, man. Great, man. Hey, you know what? With our previous guest, man,
yeah, I love it. I want to eat with him. I want to network with him.
Yeah,
I love what I heard, and they seem like they're on the right track, man. That's what we definitely need to get behind. Young people that are doing, like she said, they're walking the neighborhood, taking the ministry to the neighborhoods in the community. To have young people with mindset like that, we got to definitely push that.
No, absolutely. All definitely. Right. So let's get this here, because I think some people they ready to do this. Somebody gave me a frowning face, but please don't be upset. Don't be upset, because at the end of the day, you will want somebody to support you.
Yo, that's it.
And what got me, I wanted to play a video. The young lady Michaela, I had intended to have her father on here.
Mm-hmm.
Young lady Michaela, man, her father had posted a video of daughter, the young lady that was sitting to the right, left, shall I say, of Miss AK-66. Man, he posted a video of her praying. And that young lady was going in, bro. She was going in. And I heard about their ministry and everything, and I definitely wanted to give a plug to it. We got to take time out and support our youth, man.
We do.
That's what it's all about. So I want them to put their information into the chat, and we're going to definitely get back with them. For those of you, and I also encourage all of you that are out there, listen, support them. I didn't even ask if they had a social media page. I believe they do, so they could put that up as well. Hey, all right, let's talk about this here. Why men are afraid to commit.
And we ain't.
Let me get rid of this other. No.
Hey, we ain't.
Hey, bro, you right out the bag. We ain't, huh?
And we ain't. No, we not.
All right. Hey, so since you said that, Del, I'm gonna play this clip here, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit. All right.
Let's talk about it. The last time I was in the airport with some screaming, cheering in the background. Ain't no kids, ain't no airplanes. Let's get into it.
Hey, let's talk about this, Chief.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right, here we go.
Why are men afraid of commitment? Men are not afraid of commitment. Men are afraid of committing to the wrong woman. Men are afraid of making a bad decision. Some men have seen other men make bad decisions and saw how their life turned out, and that's not what they want. So in order to make a good decision, you take your time. so you don't get tricked. Hit follow for more.
Now, bruh.
So you don't get tricked.
Yeah, but you know, I'm kind of on the fence with that one, man.
Why?
I'm kind of on the fence, man. You know, okay. All right, I'm gonna play it again. It's something he says here that I really don't agree with. Now, ladies, please, you can chime in even if you want to call in. Let me put that call in number up there. If you want to say what you want to say, here you go, right here. I'm gonna leave that up there if you want to chime in and call in. All right, but I'm gonna play this video again. And then when he says it, I'm gonna stop it. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Why are men afraid of commitment? Men are not afraid of commitment. Men are afraid of committing to the wrong woman. Men are afraid of making a bad decision. Okay. Some men have seen other men make bad decisions and saw how their life turned out. And that's not what they want.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
That's self-explanatory, bro. Listen, come on. I got friends that love me, respect me, and know that how many times I've been married. And they have honestly said to me, bro, you and what you have dealt with in marriage is why I don't want to be married.
Okay.
A lot of men make their decisions for their life based on what's close to them. And they have to realize now this is real talk. That's an immature step, because what I dealt with, you might not deal with. You might actually find your soulmate, and because I fumbled Ruski my relationships, you might not go through that. But there are men that make their decisions like that, bro. They look at us that have failed relationships, failed marriage, that bumped our head a couple times, tried it, and they're like, man, I seen the homie go through that. And because they know we good people, they like, man, I ain't going through that.
I think that was part of the gentleman we had on. His name was Mo, I think it is.
Yep, Mo Williams.
I think that was part of him because of a past relationship that he had went through while he had made that same decision. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what though, but you shouldn't give up on love, man.
You can't give up on love. And I shared something the other day. I think it might have been yesterday, as a matter of fact, is why you shouldn't give up on love. But the thing of it is to stick to where we're going with this commitment. There's a lot of men that are afraid of commitment because they had father issues. And this being on a father's note, bro, like you gotta know, and women gotta know this. If you have you're coming across a man and he tells you off rip his father wasn't in tune to him, there's a certain way you got to handle that man. He can't be handled in the same essence as a man who grew up with an active father. They're not the same type of men.
Okay, so now I'm not disagreeing with you, but I had father's issues growing up as well, but I wasn't afraid to commit.
I know, bro, you and I, you know how we mirror. You know what I'm saying? I had some father issues, but I wasn't afraid to commit. But you know why we weren't afraid to commit? Because we had praying, loving mothers. Our mothers taught us what it was to love. So as sons, we knew that there was something greater than a mother's love.
Okay, so check this out.
All right, what's up?
This is the definition for commitment.
It
is the state of quality, the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, etc. Words that are synonymous with it are dedication, devotion, allegiance, loyalty, faithfulness, fidelity, bond, adherence, attentiveness. So is it that if a man doesn't commit or is not afraid to commit, could it be he lacks some of these qualities here?
That's very accurate. You have some of the most non-dedicated men in this era, simply based on the fact of we have this minute maid and we keep talking about this minute mentality, bro. You got Super Walmart. You have everything at your disposal. Why do I need to stay dedicated to anything that's giving me struggle? And I gotta work through the process, and I gotta fine tune what's here when I can just simply cut this and go over here, start something different, and maybe this will work.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask this question. Now I'm gonna be a kind of an advocate on both sides, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so
I'm here for it.
Is it women the cause of this then, that why men won't commit? Are women the cause?
No, it ain't women. It's life, bro. It's society. It's social media. It's so many different attributes as to why men and women struggle with this commitment. And as you're playing advocate, I'm gonna stay here and talk for my brothers, because as men, let's talk about when men actually commit. You know how many women actually step on good men?
Yeah. I had a conversation with someone last week, a brother last week, man. You know, you could see his heart
hurting.
Sharing with me how, what he was sharing with me, what he was experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And and for confidential reasons, I don't want to go into the details of it, but man, bro.
And listen, I'm not saying that that's all women, but I'm saying that a lot of men a lot of good men have come across women who have already been hurt, already been broken, and they come across a good man, and because he's financially secure, he's stable, he's mentally and spiritually rounded, they like, oh my God, I ain't never had nothing like this. And I'm gonna take him to the woodshed. I'm gonna get everything I can out of this man, not realizing that he needs something from them too.
This man, listen. Ms. Carville dropped this little comment here, and this is exactly I'm all on this one here. Funny how men are willing to commit to having sex with a woman, but not to marry her. That can't be all on her.
It's not. He's
telling the truth.
It's not. It's on both of them, bro. Because the woman has the right to save her body and say no.
But women don't, though, bro.
They don't.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. So is it that women created this lack of men committing simply because of what they do? If you don't want, okay, because I'm with you like this here, bro. And I say this all the time. You got brothers, they drink the milk without buying the cow.
They do.
Okay, but how do they get the milk unless the cow freely gives it up?
Let's come on. I know I might get cracked across the head and you might get a lot of phone calls, but this got to be said. Sometimes you got some bros that say what they want and what they need up front, and it ain't got nothing to do with sex. And some women use sex as a weapon, and then they turn around, and when that gun backfire on them, they decide that that weapon was not used, or that the fellow, he used it inappropriately. No, sometimes when a man say, I'm not ready, ladies, that don't mean let me put this hoo-ha on him and he gonna be ready. It means he's not ready.
So then there's a possibility that we have a lot of confusion in the matter when it comes down to committing.
Absolutely.
Again, okay, so then again, I'm saying that there is some responsibility on both sides.
It is.
If you come across a man who doesn't want to commit, why give it up to him? Why give it up to him?
What? Because people think sex is gonna change something, bro. I made that mistake. That mistake. Come on, bro. I made that mistake before. I thought as a young. Go ahead. Drop your.
Hey, Mr. Tyler.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. I want to comment on the lady. She said, "Funny how men are willing to have sex to commit." You know, the thing with that is, right, the women, like, yeah, we say things like, I'm married now. Before I started talking, I'm married. I've been married. It'll be like 16 years. But before I got married, if it's easy for the men, like when we put a punchline on there and then they give it to us, okay, of course we'll keep hitting it or whatever. Of course we're gonna do that. The thing that attracted me to my wife, she was hard, man. It's like I had to actually work for it, man. It's like almost a year before I even actually you know what I'm saying, got to it. So it had to be challenging. You know what I'm saying? And then we go straight up, we go run through girls, you know what I'm saying? You know, when we're young, we gonna, you know, dip in and dip out, but it's gonna be that right one that's gonna, you know, is gonna get us. Like, she the one. But if how you know she the one? She was hard. She didn't want to touch. She didn't want to do anything, man. You know, and that would attract me to, you know what I'm saying, to my wife. You got to give a man something to fight for. You got to bait him in and see how far he want to go. Is he going to invest? You know, little things like that. You know, so that's what I want to comment on. You know.
Hey, appreciate that, man. Thank you for your call. You said some good nuggets there. All right, thanks, man. Hey, check this out. He said the truth. Now, let me, because that's why I say women bear responsibility for this as well. They can't put it all on the man because the man won't commit. I believe that if a woman want a man to, and I'm not saying he doesn't bear responsibility too. I don't want to say that as well.
Accountability falls on both sides, bro.
It falls on both sides.
It falls on both sides.
Let me put up a comment here by Ms. Carville. She says they step on men because what men have done to her, be it her father or bad men she's run into. But men are not willing to commit to helping a woman change.
Bro, I gotta say this. The good men are punished for what the bad guys did. Listen,
the bad guys get to being bad.
But the bad guy, that's how he got to being bad. Because listen, let's just go there. Let's just go there, bro. At 21 years old, at 21, I married a woman with 5 kids. All 5 of these kids had a different father. I'm 21 years old. I'm not knocking the female. She wanted to still have those children's father into their life.
Hold on, bro. Can you hold your thought? I got another phone call here.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Yes, caller. Go ahead. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Tyler ain't gonna rush me to call in. Y'all want me on the show?
Hey.
Is that what I didn't want to have to call in.
Hey, but now let's get to the truth there. Let's get to the truth here, though.
Let's get to the nitty gritty. Y'all making me call in. All right. So listen. So we got we have, you know, so all of you guys are married, which is good. But before you were married, so we can't keep talking to men who are married because you guys are coming from a married point of view. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about men that are not married or men that are married? Because you guys are speaking from, every time I come on this show, it's always from the men that are already married. But before you were married, you guys were, I almost said a bad word. You guys were not so good, so faithful to the things that you were doing. Y'all were in the streets.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Don't raise your hand.
I'm going to disagree.
I'll raise my hand because I ain't married.
Who's not married? Who ain't married?
I'm not married.
So wait a minute. So, Minister Lionel, you mean to tell me that you were not in them streets before you got married? Now, one said he ain't married. Are you just not rededicating your life to the Lord? You were never out there in the streets?
I was in the streets over 15 years ago, almost 20-some years ago. We're talking from experience of being married.
Like you have. Don't act like you.
Oh, I definitely don't. If he wouldn't have answered this call, if he wouldn't have answered the call, I definitely was finna tell you what it is and what it ain't with it from the standpoint of what it is.
Guess what? Whatever you have done. Now, now this is biblical as well. Now, Mr. Lana, y'all can stop me if I'm wrong. Whatever you have done, what goes around, it will come around.
It will.
To you, or whether it skips a generation. So you can't say, "Oh, women, we're allowing this and we're allowing that." Women fall in love too easy, and y'all know it. You see it, and you allow it to happen. I got to get ready for my show. I'm up.
Hey, get ready for your show. We'll talk to you.
Bro, listen.
Yeah.
All I want to say to that is, as a 21-year-old man, I was warned that what I was about to step into was too large for me.
Whoa, really?
Yes, because I'm talking about I had no kids. She had 5 kids.
Yeah, 5.
It was a ready-made family for 21-year-old. Mentally, I thought, hey, I make money. I'm going to go get it. I love her. I'm going to make this happen. But in all actuality, hey, that was not the case. And all I was trying to get to is what the caller was saying. What I'm saying is I made choices as a 21-year-old man that were immature that led to that marriage and that being unsuccessful on both sides. She made choices. I made choices. So what I'm saying is when it comes down to how good men, because at that point I was locked in. Wasn't no cheating, wasn't no lying, wasn't no none of that. I was locked into my marriage. But after I got hurt, man, you can miss me.
Okay, so it was said, let me see, where is it at? Where's the comment?
Because but that was going back to the point about the good men. You know what I'm saying? When the men come in, when we be good and then something happens, man, listen, man, we turn a whole nother side.
Let me put up some of these comments here. Okay, Ms. Porter said, the woman is like that because of a man has hurt her. Okay, so what I would say to that, now that could be true, but it could be a father, it could be an uncle or someone, or just men, period, in their life, whether or not related or not related. What do you say to that?
I simply say that goes back to the same thing. Why is the good man paying for what somebody else done? When you move on into a relationship, if whatever happened to you in your past, that's why you got to heal. Because once the next person come into your life, they cannot be dealing with the baggage and the hurt that somebody else caused you, because you're damaging that guy and that guy's damaging you. Because she didn't say that the man is hurting me. She said because of a man. That means it was somebody else. So you looking at the new man through the perception and the eyes of the hurt you from somebody else.
Right. So in essence, we have women who have been hurt by men.
Right.
When another man comes along, he could be a good man, a man that want to commit, but they have this encounter with them through their own hurts and the lenses of hurt because of their past experiences.
Right. And what they're missing is the man is dragging his feet a little bit, not to marry you or not to commit to you, not because he doesn't want to commit, but maybe he sees that you still need to heal. And he doesn't know, because a lot of men don't communicate. A lot of men don't speak on what they see.
Let me put up some more comments. Miss Taisha. But when a woman says no, a man leaves because he wants what he wants.
And that's God sparing her. That means he wasn't the man for you. That's not a bad thing. You should applaud that man and say thank you.
She also says that this is learned behavior from the mother. Wow. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this. My response to that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
You have young women that grow up seeing their father come down and his humanity, his manhood just being annihilated by their own mother.
Absolutely.
Not giving respect to the man, even though the man is doing all that he can to be a provider, protector, to be there for him, but she constantly just killing the man because of her own possible relationships, either with her father or whomever, or a past husband or what have you. Let me put more comments. Let me see. This one here, Mr. Tyler says that I believe that Mr. Tyler was referring to his experiences before he got married. Absolutely.
Right.
And the reason why he is where he is now, because she chose not to be free. You know, he's going to have, if he want this here, he's going to have to work with it. He's going to have to prove himself. And this is what I was saying. Let me get some more comments, bro. They coming with the comments, man. Okay, because a good man wasn't always good. Well, I don't know. I was always a good man. I'm going to say that what goes around comes around. Okay, we got to that. Okay, let's see what Miss Porter has to say. She said, who's to say he's a good man? By what you've heard, because there's always two sides of a story. I don't know what he is doing to that woman behind closed doors. And that's true.
Now, that's very true. And bro, listen, behind closed doors, man, and that don't just go for the man and the woman. That goes on both sides, because some of these women, they portray to be the best wives ever. But when you get them home to their mate, man, it could be all kind of hell breaking loose.
We've seen that as well.
It go both ways.
This is good. This is a good comment. He doesn't want to commit because he doesn't know how. That's true.
That's very true. That's very factual. Bro, let's delve on that for a second. Some men don't know how to commit because they didn't see commitment around them.
But we on the same page with that one.
Yeah, bro. Listen, man, when you grow up in a house full of women because all of the men are outside or they leave, those are broken homes, and you don't have a lot of men that learn how to commit when they came up and their grandma raised them, their auntie raised them, they had sisters, and it's a bunch of females, and they never see a man opening doors, doing flowers, being complimentary to the women. When they don't grow up seeing that is a hard trait to learn.
Oh, Miss Tyler. A lot of women are not giving themselves time to heal from previous relationships. Some of them also lower their standards just to have a man. Sister preaching, man. Let me do them. I'm gonna do a rim shot. That one. Yeah. Let me see here. Dominique says that where are the men who will pray and stand in the gap for the women they love? Okay. All right.
Yeah. Listen, come on, bro. They out here. They out here. But my question to that is, when women find a man that'll pray for them, a man that'll lead them the right way, how many women hold on to the baggage of what hurt them instead of saying, you know what, God, you have clearly placed this man in front of me. Let me follow this man.
I'm gonna play another video after this.
Let's go.
Here. So that I think a man will commit when he finds his rib. The Holy Ghost will bring her to you when you're both ready. And I think that's happening, man. I think ladies, don't punish me for what I'm about to say, though. But I think they are desperate. They are desperate just to have a man, whether or not to help pay bills or whatever, or even for sex. You know, they're just desperate. So, but let me play this other video here, bro. I know they're gonna come at me now. I'm thinking that line gonna get real busy now. But anyway,
let's get it. Let's open it up, bro.
Signs that someone has a commitment issue. Now, this is where someone finds it difficult to dedicate their time and their efforts into a serious long-term relationship. So things like avoid making plans for the future, avoid talking or thinking about the future, lack of emotional attachment, poor communication. They'll delay those conversations and push it aside. This can be caused by not wanting to be in that position of getting hurt again. The fear of not being in the right relationship, trust issues from the past, childhood trauma or abuse, unmet needs from their previous partners or their childhood. For the person who has commitment issues, it's good to talk about it because you need to first be honest with yourself and your partner, and then learn about your attachment styles. Where does it stem from? Then I would advise to go to a relationship coach or a therapist to talk about these things, so that after you learn what causes it and what are the issues that you have, you will be more aware of it, and this can help you for the future.
Bro, let me tell you what I heard there. This is what I heard there. You have on both sides, men and women, who want relationship. But both men and women, it's going back to what Mrs. Tyler was saying. You have both men and women who want relationship. They have a lot of baggage that they need to get rid. They need to unload. And I think that any person, whether or not it's male or female, man or woman, should not engage in a relationship unless they are completely healed of whatever their past experiences were.
I disagree with that to a degree, bro. I disagree with that to a degree. And I'm gonna say to you this way. Sometimes you meeting somebody who can help you unpack helps you heal. If you meet a person that's generally, honestly in the right place, and they can see you and they can walk with you, not rush you, but they can walk with you and allow you and walk with you as you heal and help you unpack some of that damage, that's different to me.
Okay.
Because some people have done that, bro. Some relationships have actually met. Hey, I got a couple issues. You got a couple issues. I'm gonna unpack. You unpack. We're gonna go to counseling. We're gonna see this thing come together. And they're successful with it.
But that's the key. They gotta want to change.
Correct.
But if you want to hold on what you have,
That ain't gonna work.
You talking about you want relationship?
That ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen because you're gonna learn, you're gonna love or encounter that person through whatever baggage that you have carrying on your back, sitting in your lap, or whatever it is, bro.
But that's why her first point was you got to be honest with yourself.
True.
That's a big problem with a lot of us. We're not honest with ourselves.
Men and women.
Bro. I'm not gonna cut that for just the men. It's a lot of women who are not honest with themselves.
You can think you're healed. All it takes is an event to trigger, then you go right back to the place of hurt. Wow.
Yep. You might have a relapse.
That is big there.
That is
that's truth.
And that's a lot of truth.
Truth. Let me play another.
That's why the healing process is not just one day. It's not just 6 months.
That's good.
You got to continue to heal, and not just because you get past it and think that it's done. You got to still work on you and yourself and your mate continuously. That's another thing, bro, that a lot of our married couples, they think that because they ran into a fork in the road, and then when they get to that fork in the road, and then they forgive each other, they shake that little piece and it's done. But are you really still pouring and loving on each other so that fork in the road never comes back the same way?
That's good. That's good.
Ooh, self-deception will keep you in bondage. That's heavy.
And keep you out of relationship too.
It sure will.
You ready to go to the next video?
I'm ready, Doc.
All right, let's go. I really like
marriage is not about let's get our money right, let's pool our finances together, let's get our resources together, let's have kids, and no, it wasn't about that. And marriage wasn't supposed to be about having a license to have sex. That's not the purpose of marriage either.
Bro, I gotta give bro a mic drop on that one.
Come on. Yeah.
The purpose of marriage is to be a symbolic image of the relationship that God has with his people, which is, of course, why there's an attack on marriage. Because if you can destroy the symbol of God's relationship with his people, you bring into doubt and into question the people in their relationship with God.
Bro,
marriage is...
Oh my God, bro, listen. He said something so profound in that thing, man. Listen, the attack on marriage. Do you know how many times, bro, that marriages get attacked for doing the right thing? You ain't did nothing wrong but commit and do the right thing. That's why you're under attack. It has nothing to do, and what the enemy does, he plays the trick on the minds and make the husband and the wife become the ultimate thing they're not supposed to become, and that's enemies. And when they start fighting against each other, it's a wrap.
Again, woo. Again, though, what it seems that it's coming down to is that, man, let me see how I want to say this, because I got some other thoughts that's falling behind it. It's important to have a relationship with God, period.
And it is.
And if you have that relationship with God, you seek God first, seek him first. If you want, if you are struggling with, if you're a man and you are struggling with commitment, then my recommendation to you, or my suggestion to you, is to encourage you then to learn how to commit to God. If you learn how to commit to God, then you will learn. He will teach you how to commit to a relationship.
Amen.
The same thing goes with the woman. Learn how to commit. And I think I heard someone say, somebody I know in a conversation, or it might have been on the ladies' round table. What's up there, Mr. Johnson? If a young lady who wants a relationship, and you're tired of encountering men who don't per se commit to commitment, then you yourself continue to make sure that you commit to God. Because in the return of your commitment to God, seeking God first, he will send a man, or give you a man, or place you in the eyesight of a man who will commit to you, even in the midst of your flaws.
Even in the midst of them.
And I think I would say that goes both ways.
Yeah.
What's happening is that we are having men and women wanting to engage. Now, I know this is kind of a blanket statement, but I'm going to make the comment anyway. We have men and women wanting to engage in relationship or have engaged in past relationships without making sure God is front and center.
Yeah. And bro, can I add a little piece to what you just said?
Talk to me.
And this is to the single ladies. And I'm saying this because you got to understand the Bible speaks specifically of how a man finds his wife. It does not say you pick who you're going to be married to. It says when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. You should be, as a single woman, you should be lost. And I'm talking to these saved sisters. You should be lost in giving God unadulterated praise, his honor, fasting, building you, being self-absorbed in your walk. So when the man finds you, he's going to find you in God. So that way his reverence is going to come, because as he's in God, you in God, and boom, it's a whole lot of God going on. So can't no hell be shaken up.
Gotta get it out, bro.
Bro, that's the problem, bro. And listen, I'm telling you, that's coming off the strength of experience. Right. I have married unsaved, I have married saved. And guess what? I still got a divorce on all of them. Because at some point, it ain't mattering whether it's the attack and the intentions of the enemy that when you marry, he wants to bring that down. He wants to make sure you say, oh, I did the wrong decision. I made the wrong decision. Oh, I shouldn't have married him. No. Hey. Man, listen, I just did a 20-year vow renewal service today. And when I tell you this couple was so refreshed and so revived in their marriage, after 20 years watching both of them bounce and shine and cry and be happy, that's what it is about. We made it through the struggle. We made it through the rain. And when a man commits to a woman and he's going his hardest, some of these women, bro, you know this for a fact. Some of these women, they see a man going hard and they still find something to complain about. And then they wonder why the man won't commit.
That's true. They break them.
Yes.
They break them, man. They break them.
Do you know what it takes for a man to stay committed, to come home every day? And I know they're going to say, oh, the man, woo, cry for the man. No. Do you know how easy it is for a man to have a side chick?
Let me ask this question.
And if he stay committed to what's bringing him home, come on, bro.
He said side chick.
Come on, bro.
She giving him what he wants.
He wants, because she listening.
All right, now they gonna say we bashing women now.
They gonna snap on me right there, bro. You gonna get the phone calls in a minute. I'm finna cut my phone off.
Hey, it is not, okay, but
hey, and let's just be real, bro. It's just that simple because let's be real. Since we done went there, it's just that simple for a woman. Because guess what? Everybody got these options now. Social media creates fans and creates people who admire you and adore you, and they be like, oh, where your mate at? Where your girl at? Where your man at? Everybody get that. But are you committed to the fact that you and that guy got something special and y'all gonna make it happen? Preach, Carrie.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me say that. Let me ask this question. And this is to the ladies. Y'all can answer this for me. And to the men. Would Adam have ate that fruit?
I'm gonna get in trouble.
If Eve didn't encourage him to.
Rella, come get him. He finna start a fight on this show. That goes back to the influence you just talked about a couple of weeks ago, bro. These women have to know they have influence on their man.
Okay, so, and that's true. Nevertheless, though, ladies, don't attempt to influence a man doesn't have influence for himself.
Exactly.
I get my own mic drop.
Yep. And you said a nugget right there, bro.
That way you'll keep yourself out of trouble. Just as you said before, then you won't have to worry about getting hurt.
Nope.
If you do that. And in all honesty, bro, we have one more video because we run out of time. We got one more video that I want to play. Oh man, God, Mr. Carey, side snacks only fill voids, not the source of what.
Yes, sir. And that was the worst mistake I ever made in my life, Doc. Worse.
Wow. Okay, well, who are you behind the facade? That's true. That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. I'm going to play this other video. Well, but let me say this point. My point was this here. And I'm going to stick with it because this is what keeps coming back to me. We can avoid so many broken relationships and marriages. And I think that, though, Aaron, is that commitment, the issue of commitment, is only one of the issues in relationship. It is not the total issues in relationship. It is not the main issue in relationships that we have dysfunctional relationships. We have dysfunctional men. We have dysfunctional women who are constantly are allowing or causing themselves to end up in the soul ties and in these situations that could have been avoided. That could have been avoided. And I just think at the end of the day, if we want to avoid these issues, I cannot say this enough nor stress it enough. We have to go back to God. We have to look at doing it God's
way.
We can't get around it. We cannot.
I have to agree with you 100%. No matter how you try to build it on your own, or how successful you think you are, or successful you think you were, it's not going to work unless you put the blueprint that was already there into place.
Let's play this other video, this last one for the show, and we're gonna get out of here, bro.
Yes, sir.
Now, commitment, you'll never start, but more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Say that, bro.
Bro, man, listen. Every one of those videos was impactful, man, to touch on the level of commitment. And you got to understand, cycles of dysfunction. Big time. And the ease, bro. That goes back to what I was saying about the microwave mentality that's here, is that people see good in a woman, see good in a man, and on paper it looks like it has no choice but to work. But the work that has to be put in ain't easy. The work that got to be put in is, I got to be able to put up with the days that you are not the you that's on paper. The you that's on paper went to college. The you that's on paper, you know what I'm saying, graduated summa cum laude. But the you that's frustrated and angry and mad is not the you that's on paper. That's the you that I got to deal with in this house. And that's why I say at this point in this junction for my life, bro, I don't want a first lady. I want a wife. I want somebody that can come home, that I can come home to, that can be peaceful at the crib and know how to deal with me when I'm frustrated and when I'm taking off all the Superman capes, all the hats, all the glasses, all the jewelry, all the suits, all the swag. When all of that's turned off, you need somebody that can handle the part of you that's not easy. That's right, Carrie, the real me. Because that's where my marriages have broken down. They see the title of pastor, leader, elder, minister. And when I get home, I'm not cussing and fussing and acting stupid. No, I'm just me. But when I can't be me in my own house, man, one of us got to get out of here. So my thing is, that's the ease that video was talking about. Is people wanted the easy route. They feel like because you can quote some scriptures, speak in tongues, you can lay hands, you can counsel people, that you're going to be the best mate in the world. No, I still got to go home and take all that off and still got to be me and deal with me. And that's the work he talking about. That's the part of these commitment and levels of relationship. When you see your mate butt naked and that person butt naked still got problems, still got luggage, and you got to be able to help them unpack through that and deal with that if they haven't already dealt with it before you. That's the problem, man. Come on, man. Listen.
People can look at my wife's and I relationship and being all awe about it. Again, as he stated, talked about that ease. You had to work at this, man.
You had to. You had to.
Perfect, you know, and I believe it was a relationship that was definitely ordained by God, but it was not perfect because guess what? Just going back to what you're saying, man, flesh still available, bro. It
is. Yeah.
Still there. You know, and man, it still has its battles. And you know, and again, where you mentioned about how the enemy just wants to destroy a relationship.
Yeah.
Bro, we have to fight for what we have right now.
Right. You have to.
I tell people, listen, our marriage is not perfect, but we make it perfect.
Right.
Because that's what I aim. That is what our desire is. Hey, I could have walked away. She probably could have walked away, but that was not our choice. Our commitment was to each other. First of all, our commitment was to doing it God's way. And then our commitment in turn end up being toward each other.
Yeah, I know you gotta get up off this time thing, but I want to say this, bro, to anybody that's single, and take your, and this is what I had to learn for me.
Single with children. Let's add that. Single with children.
Yeah, that's great because a lot of people, and we got too many virgin marriages around here that ain't got no kid, and the Holy Spirit dropping in a seed in their belly. We ain't got too many that happening no more. So let's talk about these. You single with children. You know what I'm saying? You single with children. Yes, you want to be in a relationship. Why am I saying yes, you want to be in a relationship? Because I have a desire to be in a relationship. But guess what? I don't want to be in a relationship till I know for a fact it's going to add to my assignment. It's going to add to the calling that's on my life. It's going to add to the anointing that I carry. Because guess what? I have taken and devalued my own anointing. I have devalued my own calling one too many times. And I can't do that again. So marriage, just as the other video said, marriage ain't about sex. Marriage ain't about us going on trips. As much as these things are great for a marriage, because you need those, you need to take vacations, you need to take trips, you need to save money, you need to build. But that's not what marriage is about. Marriage is about showing the godly love that's in a man and a woman representing what God established. Bro, listen. I ain't preached this morning, so if you don't let me loose, you're gonna have a whole tongue fest up here in a minute because I feel it stirred up in my spirit. Because, bro, listen, my passion is that I failed that relationship because I did not know who I was.
Whoa! All right, mic drop.
Bro, if I really would have realized who I was 5, 10, 15 years ago, man, listen.
I think a lot of, hey, man, I can say that too. I can say that too.
Man, I've apologized time and time again, bro, to the women that I hurt. I didn't mean to hurt them. I was immature, didn't know who I was, didn't know what I carried, didn't know how to deal with me, and yet I wanted to be married.
So then, is it safe to say that, again, even when I played the first video, are men afraid of commitment? And you said no right off the bat. So then, are we saying is that there are no men that are ready to commit? It's not that men are afraid of commitment. It's just that they don't understand how to work through what they have encountered, whether or not past or present, to get to that place of commitment.
That's fact. And just what he said in that video, the people that we have seen, you read the chapter in my book. If I knew how to love by watching others, bro, that chapter was real. I learned how to love by watching other people around me show love in the wrong capacity. I had husbands that should have been loving their wives because they was good, but they was tiptoeing. And I guess what? I adopted that mentality, and I thought that's what a husband should do. Always keep him something on the side. If I go to work and I work hard, I should always keep me something to play with. Man, get out of here. That ain't what that is. It took me years to break that curse off of me. And I shout and I give God glory for what he's done by allowing me to be able to speak freely on the things that I saw and adapted and adopted it. That was bad behavior.
I think a lot of need to can say this or should say it or be honest about themselves. And I think that it would all come down to as well. You know, if you're a man and you, let's say you're a man and you show interest in a lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the young lady was saying in the one video. What the lady was saying, you know, hey, just be honest, communicate.
This
is what I've struggled with. This is what I have experienced in the past. Okay, and even if you communicate that, okay, then that lady would understand. It's a possibility that that woman would understand why you are responding.
I'm glad you said possibility, because some of these women miss when a man talking. Because they so used to men not communicating that when a man does communicate, they still have the music, the elevator music still playing. The man just told you why he won't cry. He just told you why he won't open up. He just told you his mama, his grandmama, his auntie, they hurt him in a place where he don't have respect for women. And you steady yappy. When the man open his mouth and he giving you truth, take his truth for face value. Because some of these women, bro, they got good men. They committed to him already, but they don't hear the man. They steady want the man to answer them for what they want the man to say, because that's what they listening for, instead of listening to the man's heart.
Wow. Let me put this comment up. I don't believe they're all afraid of commitment. Sometimes women make themselves too available. Therefore, they feel they don't need. Wow. Mic drop. Well, you're getting a lot of mic drops tonight. Oh my!
Hey, they doing it themselves, man.
Oh my God!
I knew this. When I said this for my show, this probably be the most controversial show that I was going to have, because I know men and women view commitment differently. Women always think men don't want to commit.
That's good. That's good, bro. That's a good one. So what do you say, ladies? Is that true? Is that true? That women and men view commitment differently. Okay. All right. Mr. Carey says that exactly. Some will take that truth in
They will. They will, bro. They will. I'm telling you, I've sat there and saw a man talking to his girlfriend, his woman. And as he's talking, she's like, whatever, you don't mean that. This man just told you why he's stripping. And you, instead of you listening, you telling him what he don't mean.
Man, oh man, bro. Hey, Mr. Carey, check your email, man. I'm gonna give this about 7 more minutes. Check your email, man, and come in here and talk to us a little bit.
Come on, bro. Come on over here. Where the table is spread.
Everything can be given to a man, yet he still has excuses and won't appreciate her. And that's true.
It's some out there. It's some out there. And let me say this. Let me say that to the women that experience that. It sounds so difficult to say, to pray, to seek God, to give it your all, because you're probably tired and frustrated. But the truth of it is, based on the commitment and what you laid down and gave before God, you definitely have to know that there is a process in how you go through you not getting what you need from your husband. And I'm pretty sure the other women can chime in and add to that.
I like this comment. I've always said this. I've said this to my daughters. A man will only do what you allow him to do. That's the real deal there.
Yeah.
That's the real deal.
Real deal.
Mr. Johnson, where you at, bro? I gotta get him because he's sharing some good stuff. He got it. Okay, there you go. What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
What's going on, folk? My lighting ain't 100 tonight, but you know,
all right.
It's a pop in.
So what you got to say to it, man?
Well, I mean, y'all don't cover every bit of the buffet tonight. You know, all I got is napkins.
Man, well, take them napkins and clean this bowl up because I know you got something.
No, but you know, I mean, you guys touched on so many things, and it's like, I mean, like, where do I jump in and add my 2 cents? You know, commitment. When, you know, like, do we really know what we want to commit to as men?
Wow.
Because sometimes we don't know. We just have a picture of what we think we want to commit to. You know what I'm saying? Based on, you know, we may have a little, you know, fine Tanisha at school. You know, she dressed well, and so and you know, she smells good. So our mind is just like, man, I want a female just like that, boy. She always smelling good, and she be dressed tight. So that's the extent of what we learned, you know, coming up, because these conversations wasn't had with us. Like, son, let me tell you what you need to look for in a woman. You know, them fingertips and lips and booty cheeks and all that stuff. That's gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? You know, so what are you truly committing to? Are you committing to someone that if y'all first year of marriage, something happens to your face, you know, you get burned, is she gonna stick around? You know, are you committing to someone that you can communicate well with? You know what I mean? So when the sex stops, y'all know we're gonna get gritty with it. When the sex stops, you know what I'm saying? When we can't perform on that level,
something don't work.
When something start working, you know, is she gonna is it more than, you know what I'm saying, you know, doing what the squirrel does, climbing a tree looking for a nut? You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna stop there? You know what I'm saying? So what are we truly looking for to commit to? But why men don't commit could be such a plethora of things. Maybe that kid was, you know, a part of a family where the dad was faithful, and he had evidence of the mom cheating while he was doing everything that he possibly could as a man.
Wow.
It happens. It happens.
So now this son says, you know, we can't trust them, you know, like Snoop Dogg said, we can't trust them clothes. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's so many different dynamics that could cause, you know, a man not to be, you know, willing to commit. Maybe he has issues within himself where he has no confidence in his, you know, ability to, you know, provide. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he doesn't feel, you know, inadequate, you know, sexually. There's so many things. We can make this show 5 hours if we start getting, you know, line by line. But go ahead.
Start breaking it down like that. Oh no, bro, you good, bro. I compliment what you just said, because I seen a video. A lady was saying to her daughter that if you meet a man and he's not financially stable and he's not where he wants to or doesn't know what he wants out of life, then don't try to even build a relationship with him. And I totally agree with her, because I've been in that place where I'm trying to figure life out, and financially I wasn't where I wanted to be. Man, listen, I wasn't suited for no relationship because I don't want no woman taking care of me.
Right.
I want to provide for myself. I want to make sure I'm a man. My mama and my grandma raised me to be differently. If it's something outside in the yard to go get my hands dirty, I'm not going to stay in the house and keep my hands clean. I'm going to go get my hands dirty.
Right. Hey, guys.
I know.
Yeah, we got to get out here, man. We got to get out here. I don't went long and, you know, over that time, man, but I definitely want to give enough time to this. Ladies,
heavy topic.
Ladies and men, I hope that something that's been said on the show that's said tonight that give you some insight. You know, you may agree with some things, you may disagree. I certainly appreciate all of your comments. Those of you, let me see, Ms. Porter says, if a man has issues with communicating, why play with a woman don't get into a relationship then? And absolutely. We've said that. We have said that. I don't think that we did not at all exclude or exempt anyone. And it's not about attempting to put all the blame on one sex or the other. No, there's some issues that we have highlighted for the purpose of letting you all know, hey, look, these are things, but I think at the end of the day, it all comes back to the fact that we have to, first of all, if we are struggling with commitment or having commitment issues, we first of all need to pursue God, establish commitment to God. You establish a commitment to God, all the other stuff will work itself out. So, what do y'all say to that, gentlemen?
I agree with you 100%, man. That statement is very accurate. I mean, we're by no means are we condoning men that are out here playing games and wasting time. We're not condoning that. Not at all.
Not at all.
We totally agree with that.
Yeah. Let me listen. I want to put a plug in. When y'all leave here, go over and check out Let's Talk Marriage. That's Miss Taisha and Elias Carvel. They got a good topic there tonight. I forgot. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I can tell you it is good now. All right. It's a very.
I think it's why men cheat.
Yeah. That's it. Absolutely. Yeah. Check that out. Okay. Also, let me see here. I didn't get to. Hey, I go check out. Oh, it still won't come up. All right. Anyway, I was just trying to share my mother's book. But anyway, we'll get that next time. I don't know why it's not coming up. But anyway, hey, listen, fellas, we got to get out of here. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for participating. We certainly appreciate your comments and everything. Listen, go over to our YouTube channel, A Father's Note with Lionel Nelson. Hey, subscribe. Become a subscriber there. Like, comment, leave some comments there. Support the channel because we definitely can use your support there. And, we talk about good stuff, man, wholesome stuff,
Absolutely.
It would be nice to have 100,000 subscribers, okay, on some good wholesome stuff. We're not talking nonsense over here. We're talking about true facts, So anyway, hey, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight. Again, thank you for your support with the Father's Note. Everybody, have a good night.